Imagine you rely on an app so much that you're distracted, and then you drive off a bridge, and then you get yourself killed. So apparently that's what happened to Philip Paxson, who passed away on September 30th of last year after his car plunged 6 meters into Snow Creek in Hickory, North Carolina. Philip was driving home from his daughter's birthday party that took place in the neighborhood. He was not familiar with the lawsuit alleged that the Google Maps directed him across the bridge that collapsed 9 years old and was never repaired. His wife, Alicia, says, our girls ask how and why their daddy died, and I'm at a loss of words they can understand because as an adult, I can still can't understand how these responsible for the GPS direction and bridge could have been acting with so little regard for human life. Which the lawsuit also claimed that several people had told Google Maps about the collapse for years and urged the company to update its route information. Which Google spokesperson Jose Castaneda We have the deepest sympathy for the Paxson family. Our goal is to provide accurate route information and maps, and we are in this lawsuit. And which, well, you might think it was the Google company's fault. There was actually some problems that was involved in this that Philip Paxson should have considered before using, and which, as you know, there's like a Safari, and then also Google Maps, and then there's the Waze app. And then if you just look up wherever you need to go, so point A to point B, your location, and then you just click, and then the app just tells you where to go. But you're a driver. You have a driver's license for a reason. You did the theory exam, and then you also did like a driver's test, and then now you can officially drive on the road from with guidance, and then by yourself. On cars these days, there's a function where you can use your phone connected. If you're connected to Bluetooth, you can connect it to your phone, your car, and then maps will actually show up on your dashboard of the car, which is the right between the driver's seat and then also the passenger seat. And then you don't have to look at your phone like this, or if you just have one of those clip-on where you can just paste it on the back of your phone, and then you just clip it onto like that's the dashboard of the car. And if you turn up the audio so you can hear the instructions of the man or woman speaking. But as you know, as a driver, it's your responsibility to not rely on other things, but also you need to keep your eyes on the road, from the left side to all the way from the right side. Because if you don't, an accident's going to happen. You might like hurt yourself. You might hurt somebody else. You might hit something, or you could cause a major accident that, of course, there may be death injuries or someone hospitalized, or you might not live. And remember, these navigation apps may not be correct at all times, because sometimes due to like the connection in some areas, you can't actually detect proper navigation. And sometimes you have to really know for your own instinct. And if you know a proper way or a nice direction that you can go instead of like whatever the navigation app tells you to go, you can go this way, or you can go the other way, or the other way. And remember, these navigation apps, whatever they tell you to do, these are just suggestions. You don't actually have to listen to everything they say, but you can check if there's actually like a traffic accident or anything, or there's a delay in traffic. And if you don't have like a app or use a navigation app, you can even though it may take more time, you can just go to a certain road and then look around your surroundings, and you see area that's blocked off, or there's a sign that says this area is closed for this amount of time, or even if it's not updated on that app or whatever your navigation app you're using, you should know mentally not to listen to the app, turn around, do a 3-point turn, and then go back to the way you came from, and then you go another way so you can go to point B. Although they may take more time, or if you're driving on a highway, or there's like a certain road that you have to pay money on, toll roads. Sometimes you just have to do it whenever if you have to. Because if there's something blocking your way, or if there's a problem that's on the road, you'll have to go another way, and you can't just blame an app. And Google has not been in fault, because there have been some parts that have been cut off, and then sometimes they'll pull up a construction sign, and that's not shown on the navigation apps, and they have to hire someone actually to go to that specific spot to look there, and then they'll update in their software. And remember, you can't just always rely on the technology, or otherwise you don't deserve to drive. Because if you're so reliant on the navigation app, and you're doing this thingy, and seriously, then the app says go this way, and then there's clearly a broken bridge, and then Philip Paxson is literally driving. The broken bridge is clearly there, but he's so focusing on what the app is saying that he didn't listen to what and know what you're supposed to do when you do the theory work of just to get your driver's first basic driver's license, and then your official you can actually drive at that license. There's a drive test license because on that test, on the theory one, and then also drive test, you have to literally look around your surroundings before you go. Which, how stubborn would have been was he? And he clearly saw the broken bridge. Go around, back the way you came from, go in other routes. And if there's like a narrow bridge or use at your own risk sign, don't go there. Worst case scenario, you could have just took a main road that was a bit farther than where he generally drives, but although it may take more time. But remember, safety first. And he would have never, if he did that, he wouldn't have died. And then his family is acting all blaming on the app when his kids, once they get their own license, they need to understand that stop relying on Safari, Google Maps, or Waze for everything. Stop being distracted driving. Which this is like the technology generation. The new millennials are so absorbed in technology, and then they're going to be so focused on that, they might end up like their dad, and if they are not careful, and they need to literally look around for the surroundings, unless if they're one of those people who are going to drive an automatic self-driving car. Which hopefully we don't see this kind of thing happening. So it's not Google's fault, because what the navigation apps what tells you is basically suggestive. It's up to you, the driver, how you're going to drive, where you're going to drive, how fast you're going to drive. Drivers, keep that in mind. And the Paxson's family, even though Philip Paxson did pass away due to his own mistake, God bless, don't make that kind of mistake. Keep your eyes on the road.